he comes, Chris and Garrity. Demetrius Walker coming down the steps, about ready to make his entry into the Bash boxing ring. Demetrius Walker hails from Kansas City, Missouri, 31 years of age, somewhat of a journeyman, has a record of 8-14, 2 fights by draw, fights in the super middleweight division, and he told me earlier he fights out of the Kansas City gym, and he considers himself a boxer puncher. The odd thing about a fighter who only 31 years of age, Chris, is he says he started fighting because his childhood hero was Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber.
Gotta love a guy that respects the past, and of all the old-time fighters, that's not a bad one to model yourself after. And that happens a lot in Kansas City, or in the middle Americas. You jump out to an early lead as he did, 6-0-1 in his first 7 fights, and then you really don't have that mid-level. You kind of got to jump from guys that are 0-5 to guys that are 20-0, and you rack up some losses because you didn't get to build up slowly.
Now, Garrity, we got a good look at this young man during the weigh-ins yesterday. First appearance, what does he strike you as? What do you expect from this fighter?
So, I mean, I saw him at the weigh-in. He's very strong, but his record shows something different. So I don't really expect a lot out of him. He's fighting Shane Mosley Jr. If that's a familiar name for the fans at home. Yes, that's a legacy fighter, and he's gonna, he's facing an opponent that's not supposed to be too much of a threat to Shane Mosley Jr.
And Garrity, you touched on it. Here he is, crowd favorite. We all know who his father is.
From Pomona, California, like his father, although Shane Mosley Jr. does like to be, wants to build on his own legacy. At least 3 fights in, he sort of had to do the same thing. Much less amateur experience than his father. Suffered a defeat after his first 2 fights that ended so quickly, he was reliant on that power.
I got to talk to this young man in weigh-ins yesterday, very calm. Said he wants to build on the Mosley name while doing it from out the shadow of his father. He wants to do it under his own circumstances and on his own terms.
Well, his 2 toughest fights have taken place in Arizona.
All right, some last-minute instructions from referee Christy Rosario. Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. getting ready to take on Demetrius Walker.
And Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. not trained by his father or grandfather, but does have a big-name trainer in his corner. Eric Brown, of course, trainer of Paulie Malignaggi, Peter Quillen, and others.
Of course, Paulie Malignaggi just called it the end to quite the career. Shout out to Paulie. Amazing career comes to an end for one heck of a fighter in Paulie Malignaggi. But right now, Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. getting loose, digging to the body, changing levels beautifully against Demetrius Walker, not letting him get out of the corner.
When you're early in your career like that, Garrity, what does the southpaw stance do to you? Does it change your timing? Does it make you look at things twice?
It's very difficult. I mean, you're going to be fighting for the outside, so if your opponent's got his right foot forward, you got to make sure that your left foot keeps to the outside of his right foot because you don't want to give up the inside advantage.
Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. pumping that lead jab, trying to keep Demetrius Walker off balance and doing a decent job of that. Walker stumbling as he turned out of that off the ropes. Now Mosley digging to the body, lands a nice right hand.
That left hook to the body, I believe, did bother Walker a little bit.
Demetrius Walker elbows in, covering up.
One of the difficult things also about losing 12 of your last 14, people talk about sparring partner syndrome, where fighters just get used to being a sparring partner. Good left hand by Walker there, didn't move Mosley at all. But even worse than that is opponent syndrome, because at least a sparring partner's tasked to make things difficult.
Oh, beautiful hand speed being showcased by Shane Mosley Jr., landing 6 or 7 punches there.
That was brilliant. He was tap, 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 straight punches at the top, found the opening, and just took it to the body. That's exactly what he was looking for.
Yeah. misnomer is that a right hand is the only effective punch against the southpaw. The left hook can be just as deadly.
Now Garrity, in stark contrast, this combination, Shane Mosley Jr. is not tapping anything. He's digging and burying those punches to the body, all power.
He's showing a lot of composure. He's turning it up when he needs to, when he sees the opportunities.
Very much like a masterful pitcher in baseball, Chris. Throwing the fastball, then the changeup, keeping Demetrius Walker off balance and guessing. Shane Mosley Jr. seems to be landing at will.
Well,
now in the corner. This is the last place Demetrius Walker wants to be.
Well, there's the rare brilliant boxer, Ali, Jones, Pernell Whitaker, where you know what they're going to do and you still can't do anything about it. Most people, that's entirely the game. You have to mix it up like that brilliant pitcher. You've got to not have them know what the next pitch you're going to throw or punch you're going to throw is.
Shane Mosley Jr. not letting Demetrius Walker have a moment to catch his breath.
At this point, he's almost dictating where he wants his opponent's hands to be, and then he finds his opportunity.
I will say it is intelligent pressure because he's maintaining the distance, but he's not letting his opponent breathe.
Nice right hand to the body, finishes the round with an exclamation point. Shane Mosley Jr. putting on a show. Garrity, do I need to ask?
No.
Chris, do I need to ask?
10-9 Shane.
10-9 Shane Mosley Jr. And you know, Chris, even though Shane Mosley Jr. is trying to make a name for himself coming out from the shadow of his father, eerily reminiscent of his old man, the way he put together those combinations in the corner.
The right hand of the body followed by the hook up top. I can remember Sugar Shane Sr. throwing that combination. And I gotta say, it's impossible for the son of a fighter that shares his name to ever come out of that shadow. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is still a product of the hype machine that surrounded that famous name. A decent fighter, but nothing special. If you ask me, Omar Chavez was the more talented one. But having the exact same name as your father will get you opportunities, but it's always going to lead to comparisons.
All right, round 2 underway. Shane Mosley Jr. starting off exactly where he finished the first frame. Conducting an orchestra here. Oh.
Bit of a takedown there, although
I
Walker's
think their feet got tangled.
Yeah, so Walker's momentum was as much to blame as any of that.
Christy Rosario asking for some space, and Shane Mosley Jr. doesn't want to give Demetri a moment to breathe. Cornered again.
Yeah, Demetrius Walker does look tense in there, John.
Walker's panic mode right now. He knows this isn't going to last long.
Oh, now changing levels, digging to the body.
Very good, crisp combinations that belie his only 10-fight career.
Shane Mosley Jr. making investments that are paying dividends early on here. Crisp right hand followed by a double uppercut to the body. Demetrius Walker just hanging on here.
Well, he does land a right hook up top, but it was more of a defensive shot.
Circling off to his right, Demetrius Walker gets away momentarily, but Shane Mosley Jr. relentless in his pursuit.
He's showing maturity, though, because these punches aren't wasted. I mean, he could throw a flurry and there would be no return from his opponent, but he's actually tactical with these punches. We'll see in a moment here. He's going to go to the body.
He's going back to that strategy before of tap, 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 deliver them.
Yeah.
Oh, he got him with that body shot. Beautiful body shot from Shane Mosley Jr.
That was an odd.
Fells Demetrius Walker.
That was an odd-looking knockdown from a body shot. Took his legs out from under him. I haven't really seen that reaction from a body punch before.
Demetrius Walker back up, but for how long, God only knows. Shane Mosley Jr. looking to finish this fight.
Christy Rosario looking closely. Telling Walker to show her something.
Absolutely no offense here. Now Walker starting to bite down and throw. Gets rid of 3 punches, lands a nice right hook. Oh, but Mosley responds and fells him again.
Landed that hook. Mosley actually got excited and said, come on, bring it.
I'm a little surprised. I'm a little surprised he's giving him the count, actually.
I don't think he's getting
after no response.
And that's going to be it. Shane Mosley Jr.
I think Walker decided that was enough.
Paints a pretty picture and perhaps takes another step to get out from under that shadow that we talked about.
You know, I got to say, I saw his pro debut. There wasn't much to see. It was only 20, 30 seconds. I saw the 6-rounder he fought where he won on his father's undercard, and I'm seeing very marked improvement every single time out. Did not have the long amateur background that his father had, so has had to kind of learn on the job. Said he'd been around boxing his whole life, but didn't really think about it as a career for himself till well into his teens. Yeah, they're taking one more break before the